Hello, my beautiful air signs. Wawa, your turn, your turn. Okay, so I feel really good in the truth that we're bringing down and the changes that are making, right, in the manifestations, because your grounding energy this week is really beautiful because you have Empress energy. Birthing new ideas, bringing to fruition what you're listening to, forward movement, which is gorgeous because this is exactly what I have been waiting on, which makes a lot of sense why I haven't been able to do my weekly videos this week, and because there was a lot of changes that were going on for me, right? Little Bit was sick, and so she had to get a new inhaler. There was all these things that were going on, and I hate fucking doing the COVID thing for her. She absolutely hates it, but we did it because it was the first day of school that she missed, and I wanted to make sure that since she was already there, we had the COVID test done. That way I could get her back into school, right, without skipping a beat. So there's been a lot that's been going on, right? Really allowing ourselves to get out of shadow side energy and just really just birth these new ideas that are coming through. Because your first card, I used Alice in Wonderland. That's exactly where I feel our energy is with how intense these frequencies have been, with allowing this energy to just seep through, because that's what's been triggering us into all of this. No, I'm good with that shit. I'm not going to allow myself to stay in this negative energy, these negative behaviors of others, and really allowing yourself to move forward. So your first energy out is falling, right? Which is, this is the tower. Spirit's been giving you a tower because you're now ready in midwife to start birthing these new beginnings, right? Make these changes, because that's what September 7th is all about with this new moon. It's getting out of all the shadow shit and making forward in the new beginnings here, because then we have the full moon, which is the 20th of September, that we use to manifest into the equinox, which is the changing of the seasons, right? Being able to harvest in this energy. So you have the first one out is falling, right? Your tower, into the unknown, right? The descent, in picking up momentum to bring in change. What? Allow yourself to fall in heart chakra, making sure that you are keeping yourself in alignment. And I'm noticing the red and gold in her leggings, right? The red is, there's that root chakra energy. And the gold is stepping into the abundance, right, of what it is that you are trying to birth in Empress energy for yourself, for this forward movement. Because your next card is nonsense. Off with their heads. It's time to talk some sense, right? That's why you were delivered the tower. It's very much about getting in that Queen of Cups energy, really making all decisions in your heart chakra, right? Because if it feels good in heart and brings a smile to your face and makes your heart skip a beat, it's time for movement. So again, remember that that's what we're working on for the rest of this week into next week, right? Because we have 6 days, 5 days now, to the next cycle, moon cycle, right? So this is making and purging all the way up until we're ready for manifesting and getting rid of the old, so we can make room to receive all this beautiful Empress energy, which is what you are getting rid of, is all the nonsense, right? Within yourself and within others, right? It's talking yourself into moving in heart chakra instead of in material, right? Which then gives you, when you have the tower and you step in to your cutting, right, of this nonsense behavior with what's going on in the frequencies, you have wake up. This is your moment, right? It is time for you to start building an Empress energy. Time for you to start birthing in balance here, right? Because this is your time to step into truth and be abundant within who you are, which is why Spirit delivered you the Tower and then had you make all these changes so you could wake up, right? It's a higher level of learning, which is why I feel really good about where we are in our energy. Because Spirit is trying to tell you this is under nonsense. Painting the roses red, right? Covering up errors of other people, right? Spirit is like, stop, 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 right? And I'm noticing again, her leggings are the same as the Tower, right? As the Tower leggings here. Spirit wants you in heart chakra so you can go through this Tower and wake up to a higher level of learning, right? Listening to your intuition, birthing this week in Empress energy because it's in heart chakra, the things that you want for this upcoming manifestation of clearing out the old and stepping into the new, right? Which is why Spirit is saying get rid of all the nonsense. It's time to start talking sense within yourself, right? The things that make you happy. Making sure that you're putting spiritual journey at the forefront of what is going on, because it's about the spiritual journey. It's not about the material things that we have, because everybody is going through a shakedown, right? We're all trying to make it and live and pay bills and do all these things. But if we keep staying places that we're not wanted or welcome or that are negative, then we're not doing what we're here to be doing. And it's about spreading heart chakra energy, balancing out love, right? So Spirit is telling you stop covering the roses red, right? You're only covering up your abundance with root chakra energy, which is why these energies have made us a little volatile this week, right? Because it is about getting truth and justice and balance in this lifetime, right? And look how unhappy you are here anyway, right? So this is time for you to make these changes because your overall ending energy is lead the way. Be a leader, show others how it's done, and it is time for you to help others. See? You have to go through this rebirth. It is time. We're not here to chase material abundance. We're here to clear out old cycles and step into heart chakra and be the leaders for soul tribe, for soul kin, for soul collectives, right? For our community. So we can equally give and equally receive in heart chakra energy, because when we're happy and when we're thriving, Empress energy, and birthing new abundant beautiful things is part of our destiny. And that comes back to us threefold, right? Because then you have mortality under this card here. Life is brief, bright, and beautiful, and it is yours to live, which is why you have to be the leader, which is why it's time to start giving back and helping others, right? Putting everybody where they need to be in your spiritual collective calendar, right? So I love this. So let's start with your Tower energy, the falling. Yeah, see, once you go through the Tower, it delivers victory, right? The victory of allowing yourself to stand in Empress energy and birth something new, not only for yourself, but for the rest of the collectives, because then you're living in your truth. Let's find out about nonsense. Yeah. Get out of that confusion, that loss, that heartbreak energy, the things that are unfulfilling, right? Shadow side energy. Because in order to birth with Empress energy, it needs to be heart chakra, which is why you got the Tower and why Spirit is telling you it's time to wake up. Live your best life, right? It's about being immortal here, right? The mortality of living life, right? Of moving forward in this journey. Being the leader. Let's find out more on this Three of Swords spirit, this heartbreak energy, this nonsense, moving from, yeah, see, death and rebirth, which is why you have the Three of Swords, because Spirit, that's why Spirit gave you the Tower this week. That's why everything has just kind of been shaken and not stirred, but because we are trying to go through death and rebirth of our fires, passions, and desires of spiritual journey, right? Because it is about the spiritual pureness of taking off your mask, right? Going through this rebirth and this transformation, right? Allowing ourselves to let this tower fall so we can get out of this conflict. Then you're not talking nonsense. Then you're in your Queen of Cups, right? Then you're able to move this energy forward without having to paint the roses red for everybody else, right? That's what's giving you that victory, is this tower that's coming in. So let's find out about waking up to new energies, new abundant beginnings. Yeah, so wake up. Right? Your wake up is clarified by the Hierophant energy and the Four of Wands, 1111. See, it's all about spiritual journey. That is what's going to give you happy home, happy hearth, happy abundance, right? Happy family within balance, because it's all about the Hierophant coming out of the darkness of your emotions, right? Going through this transformation. See, because there is a snake on her stick that she's using to walk through the dark night of the soul energy, right? To light it up, to make this movement, because the Hierophant is all about truth, trust, integrity, respect, equally giving, equally receiving, because it is about spiritual journey, traditional values, respect within ourselves, to be able to work with our ancestors, angels, and guides, right? That's the 1111, right? 1111 is working with our highest, our light council, our spirits, angels, ancestors, our guides, right? Trusting our intuition to come in and get us in balance so we can receive all this happy, beautiful, abundant energy, which is why Spirit is telling you it's time to wake up, right? And stop painting the roses red. Because if you look at it, now that I just set it down, the roses in the back are gold, right? And then you were painting them red, which is that volatile shakeup of energy, right? You're painting over your abundance. All right, Spirit, painting the roses red, covering up errors, stepping into the new. Amen. Okay. So, painting the roses red, covering up errors of yourself and of other people, right? Trying to sugarcoat shit. Gives you the Eight of Swords, right? You were only keeping yourself stagnant, which is why I said you're covering up your abundance, because that's exactly how I was triggered into seeing it as soon as I set the card down, right? Because then you're keeping yourself stagnant with the Ace of Swords in your truth and clarity, right? Sheltering yourself out of this, right? Because even when the clouds pass, the sun will be coming, right? There is brighter days. It's about your truth and clarity of spiritual journey, which then gives you the King of Cups. Because now, instead of painting the roses red, right, in ego, you are now standing in the King of Cups. Ego is now working with heart chakra energy to be able to balance and see emotional completion, right? This is being emotionally available and not keeping yourself stagnant or stuck in the material world by trying to cover up your abundance, because it's written in the stars, right? And so if we're covering up our abundance because we're not seeing it, that means we are guiding our ship where it needs to be, which is why Spirit said, hell fucking no. That's why you started out with the Tower and then clarified it with the Six of Wands. The Tower's coming in because you're meant to be an Empress energy, right? Birthing new abundance, not covering up the shitty shit, not dealing with nonsense, right? Which is why I noticed the Queen of of Cups, right? In your nonsense card, off with their heads, right? So then it is now you're in balance with your heart chakra energy and your emotions from masculine. Masculine, feminine energies are working on the same page, not to keep you stuck and stagnant, making the move for your truth and justice, for you to be able to lead the way into spiritual journey, to live your life to the fullest and accept and ignite your soul's passion, right? That's what we're here for in this lifetime, is to close out all the shadow, shitty shit, and fragmented pieces of our soul that no longer suit us for our highest and best good. And to live fully and completely in our convictions of purity in spiritual journey. I love this energy very much for the air signs, because this is exactly where we've really needed to get see, everything I just said are now being ignited in the cards. Okay, so here's our forward movement for the air signs. Oh, shut up. So leading the way was your last clarifying card, right? In the Alice in Wonderland, right? Being the leader, leading the way, opening up in truth and clarity to step into your truth, right? For your abundance, right? You have the Fool's energy, new beginnings, taking the leap of faith. And they're looking at each other. See? She's like, come over here. Come over here. I'm ready. I got the light on for you. And it's taking place because we have 2 moon cycles this month, September 7th, September 20th. Here we go. I love it. So Spirit is telling us this is how we're going to get there this week. Close out anything that no longer makes you feel good in heart chakra energy, right? It's about chasing your abundance, right? Filling your cups up, right? If it feels good, there's your 4 of Wands. There's your victory, right? Of why you are allowing this tower to come in so you can stand in empress energy and birth your new beginnings, because you have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups both equally investing within heart chakra energy to take this leap of faith. With the Knight of Wands, because it's about movement in your fires, passions, and desires, the things that you are meant to do, which is why we're closing out soul's contract in fragmented souls, negative energy, negative bullshit, covering or painting the roses red, right? It's about your abundance. So you can be in mortality, happiness. Here's the Sun card, right? Raising your vibration, because it is about the 4 of Wands, spiritual journey, making time to do what you're supposed to do in this lifetime, which is complete soul's contract with your soul tribe, right? So Spirit is coming in and saying, look, it's about putting the puzzle pieces in where they belong to make a full picture, right? Here's Temperance. It's about working with the divine, taking your power back and listening to how they're telling you to put the puzzle pieces in so we can make forward movement. With the 7 of Cups, it's about the opportunities that are going to now start flowing in, right? In your energy, because you're in truth and purity of spiritual journey. And that is why you've made the decision to make this movement forward in spiritual journey, right? And if you look at her face, it's very much the same as the puzzle pieces here, right? Put yourself back together the way you want to be designed. This is wiping the slate clean, right? And putting the puzzle pieces in to build a puzzle of transformation and rebirth and birthing what it is that you see for your life, right? Because you're now in the sun energy, that happiness to be able to move forward. You've now taken yourself out of the Five of Pentacles, that spiritual lack, spiritual poverty, right? Which made it very clear and abundant to me with the way the cards were set up, that we are not here to chase material things. It is about our spiritual journey, our soul's contracts that need to be fulfilled. We have to have time for that. You signed up for that shit. I signed up for that shit. We all signed up as collectives and soulkins to come in and create this big change, right? And that's what we've been waiting for. With the fates, right? Here is that energy of judgment, of justice, right? Again, heart chakra, root chakra, spiritual journey, emotions, right? This is fulfilling soul's contract to move forward, balance the scale of justice, and really, oh, and look, and I'm noticing, look, there's a clock here. Right? See, it is time for you to step into spiritual journey. It is time for you to start fulfilling soul's contract, not only for yourself, I might add, but for the collectives that are coming in here. Quit painting the roses red, right? Sugarcoating shit. It's about truth and clarity, which is the Ace of Swords, which you have, right? Which came with your death and transformation, this rebirth, and the Three of Swords, getting out of conflict, right? You have to be set on knowing what you want and move in that direction. So Spirit is telling you, if you need, with the Four of Swords here, if you need to take some time out to sit in your emotions, so be it. Take some time out, right? Any phase of the moon is a change, right? Making forward movement, pulling yourself out so you can be in the fates, in the judgment, in the justice of where it is you see yourself going. Because then that gives you the Eight of Pentacles. Then you are working, right, on the material abundance. Took yourself out of material lack or spiritual lack, right, of the Five of Pentacles to move forward into your destiny, right? Which took you a minute to pull your time back, but now here you're doing the material work. You are sending it out during this next moon cycle. I've now closed out all the shitty shit. This is my forward movement, and this is what I want to build for myself. Because I am going to lead the way, live life to the fullest, because I want to take the leap of faith and step into my destiny with new beginnings, wiping the slate clean and doing the material work and fulfilling soul's contract, because that's what I am here to do. Amen. All right. So let's get you some spirit messages. We're using C melodies because I'm feeling very much heart chakra energy in all the videos that I've done. I've completed all four of the signs today. So I'm feeling that we're all in a good place, which in all the videos we are. So it's very much been about spiritual purpose. All right, so Spirit's messages for the rest of this week into next week before we manifest and clear out all this old is very much about recharging, which is your Four of Swords. That takes you into the Eight of Pentacles, because then you're ready to birth and do the material work for soul's contract, spiritual purpose, right? So we have recharge. There's nothing like a walk on the beach to soothe your soul, right? So again, this is recharge your emotions, because that's why you have 10 of Cups here, right? It's about allowing yourself to close out and make movement in the Knight of Wands, your fires, passions, and desires, right? For happiness. You also have strength, stay afloat, and feel steady and calm, There's that balance, knowing that you're closing out the Three of Swords energy, conflict, heartbreak, shadow side, right? Closing it out and going through a death and rebirth cycle, which is why Spirit had us in Tower all week. And that makes sense for me because it's getting down to the bare rawness of heart chakra and our truth and clarity of why we've been going through this, right? Which is why they're giving you the puzzle pieces in Temperance to work with the spiritual divine. We also have rescue, help others in need, or ask for assistance if you need it. Empathy. There's more beneath the surface, right? Everything needs to be done, and that's why you're in alignment with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, right? Because everything needs to be in alignment of your emotions to get rid of the shitty shit. Stop with the nonsense of the people in your community. Stop with the nonsense of work. Quit painting the roses red. You're only covering up your abundance by not seeing it truthfully and putting the puzzle pieces in spiritual journey. Walk in the flow of life. So much peace. So big love. I'm ready. Let's get ready.